us welcome our judge, Kimi Kitada.
So right now, I currently work as the curator at Charlotte Street Foundation, a nonprofit that supports contemporary artists with grants and with residency space. Okay, so the Merit Award for Mixed Media goes to Mary Thornton for the work Her to Song. So for this work in particular, I felt like the embroidery was really excellently done. There's a lot of technical skill with the way the threads and the stitching of the work. As you can see the work in the real kind of, the stitching of it up close is really incredible. And so there's also the lyrics and the language that are in the bottom part of the work that I think are really well done. So thank you, Mary. Okay. Congratulations. For the Merit Award for Works on Paper, that goes to Emmeline Stapleton for this work, Anticipation. There were some really neat, the hand-cut elements of the paper and the texture of the horses' manes, I felt like were really striking. So I think that, like, just looking at the work as a whole, I felt like it was a really seamless composition, and congratulations to Emmeline.
Yay.
The Merit Award for Watercolor is the artist Roxanne Kendall, who did this work, The Winter Red Barn. So for this work, I really was drawn immediately to the sky, which I felt like was so, had a softness to it and shows a lot of technical skill in watercolor. And also it creates this really beautiful, idyllic moment in the winter landscape. And so I was really appreciative of this work. Thank you, Roxanne. Congratulations. Okay, we have a Merit Award for Acrylic. That's for Gentry Warren. This work is Welcoming the Rainbows After the Rain. And I really feel like there's such an intentionality with each brushstroke in this work. There's quite a precision in the composition as a whole, and I thought there was a lot of attention to detail with the edges of the canvas as well, and I really appreciated that. So congratulations, Gentry. Woo! A Merit Award for Oil that goes to Margie Moss for the work Cottonwood Tree. So this work is a really stunning, I was drawn immediately to the really highly saturated color palette and the thick application of paint. So when you see the work in person in the other room, you can see these really gorgeous, thick application of the paint, and the artist created such a skillful moment and really harkens back to the Impressionist histories, which was great. So congratulations, Margie. All right, we have a Merit Award for Al Britton for the work Purple Rain. This study of a flower really captures its natural beauty and blends the pastel in such a masterful way. As you can see on the petals, there's a real softness and a tenderness to the way the pastel is applied. So congratulations to Al. On to the Emerging Artist Division, and this is the work by Hannah Kinsey called Back Before. So yeah, this work, I really was drawn to the blurred faces, of course, and the haziness of the paint. I think it's a really brilliant depiction of the two figures and really shows a lot of ingenuity on the part of the artist. It brings up a lot of questions for the viewer, I think, as to why the faces are blurred and what's the relationship between the two figures. And the moments of clarity that you can see on the fabric of the shirts and the really beautiful detail on the landscape, but then it kind of lacks that clarity in the facial area, and I think that's a really incredible approach. So congratulations to Hannah. Next we have the merging division. The artist is Jennings, and this work is called When the Body Grows Weak. It's a three-dimensional work, and I really love the experimentation with the wood surface, painting directly on the wood surface and the metal element that protrudes towards the viewer. So that kind of creates another sense of dimension with the flatness of the wood, and then there's the patina with this kind of burned area in the central part of the composition. So congratulations to Jared. And we have the first place for emerging art goes to Mario A. This work is called the Mayan Legacy. And I thought it was a really extremely captivating work. You can see there's an attention to detail in the patterning on the woman's blouse in the center of the work. And then there's also this like really incredible corn in the corner of the work that you can see like each kernel. And then there's also a bit of steam rising from this like cooking area on the side. So I was really into the way that at first when you just look at the work, it draws you in right away. And the girl's face in the lower part of the work is really endearing and brings in the viewer. It also creates this really nice intergenerational moment with the younger girl and the grandmother, and kind of connotes this really beautiful, intimate moment. So congratulations to Mario. Okay, so now we'll move on to the professional division. And so we have this work by Sandra Parrill. This one's called The Greenwood's Whispers, Come Sit With Me a While. And this one is also really stunning to see in its original form because it has really precise brushwork. So it kind of unfolds to the viewer over time. At first when you look at it, you can see this really peaceful moment with the blanket in the woods and the book. And then after you spend a little time with the work, you can notice these really detailed moments on the leaves. And in that back area, there's two deer, and there's a small bluebird in the tree. And so I love the way that the viewer spends time with the work, and it really appears in different ways after you spend quite a while like looking at it, and different details of it emerge to the viewer. Congratulations to Sandra. This painting by John Mills called Dancing with the Hoodoos. All right, and the professional division's first place. This work is by Robert Appleby. It's titled You Cheat, and it's a really incredible drawing with a visual narrative that really harkens back to the style of Thomas Hart Benton. It captures an energizing moment of this gunshot, and there's such an excellent eye for texture you can see in the wood furniture, and there's also a shifting balance of gray tones, and also the artist's sense of humor and kind of creating this like nude painting in between the moment of action. I thought was really well done, so congratulations to Robert. And finally, we have our best in show. The artist is Batcheller, and the work here is called The Jay's Petition to Blue. I thought there was a really phenomenal smoothness and a fluidity to this work. The artist has a really distinct point of view and an aesthetic that is immediately recognizable. And the imagery really signifies to me a respect and appreciation for the natural world and kind of these elements of sustainability and balance that you can see in the composition. There's the symmetry, and the craftsmanship is really remarkable. So congratulations to Andrew.